All right, today we have Guy Dirkin, previous guest on the Cut to Car podcast, with a really special car. So Guy, thanks for joining us.
Hey Greg, nice to see you. So this is a 1954 Victress S1A. It was an early American post-war sports car built by Fred Bodley. Fred was the technical editor of Motor Trend magazine at the time in the 50s, Rolls-Royce mechanic, worked on the car, put the car together in late 1954, and unfortunately Fred died 83 miles after he built the car.
Oh no, he didn't die in the car.
He did not die in the car.
Okay.
But the car was photographed in Trend Publications, Peterson Publications offices. The second owner got a note from Wally Parks congratulating him on his purchase. So the car represents a lot about the early 1950s sports cars.
Now tell us about the dual hoods here.
Yes, so this is how we identified that this was indeed what we call the Motor Trend Victress.
Yep.
Is it had these two hood scoops, and they're functional because we need it for carburetor clearance.
Okay.
But we found this car in about 2007, 2008 on a wood pile in Oregon in a most horrible condition, but brought it back, and I'm glad we did. We didn't really alter the car that much. It's built on a 1940s Ford chassis, has a flathead Ford powertrain, 3-speed transmission.
So is it like a 235 V8, 215,
Yes.
something like that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the interior here.
Am I saying a race car? I got a race car.
The interior, Greg, was done with George Barris himself early in the 50s, or somebody that worked for his shop. But that isn't an exact reproduction. We had the black and white photographs to do that.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's cool. What is it? A 4-speed, 3-speed?
3-speed.
I would think so.
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right, what else? Is there anything else special about and cool about this car? I mean, obviously, well, how many did they make?
Good question. Probably Victress bodies ran into the probably 200 to 300.
Okay.
But seldom. It was a very difficult job. They were drop-on body, and it required a fair amount of skill. We think there are only about 25 that are fully running, moving around. This one is a Guy Maybe Special that ran at Bonneville in, I think, 1952 at 203 miles an hour.
Wow.
Set an American sports car record with this body shell. So aerodynamically, it works. The rear of the car was a takeoff from a BMW in the late 1930s called the Bugle Falte. It ran at Mille Migli, and the Dr. Cam, the famous aerodynamicist, built those long tails for that purpose, which are on this car.
That's great. That's really cool. And I know you have another car. Actually, the sun's on it right now. You want to walk over there?
Sure. This is my most recent project, 1966 Cannara wedge car. It was designed by a young designer, Ray Cannara, from St. Petersburg, Florida, who got a scholarship to go to the Art Center in California, and then I went on to a designer career with Chrysler. This was something that he did in his late teen years.
Wow.
When I bought the car, I was interested. I thought it was going to be a quick restoration, but when you look closely at the lines of the car, there's a lot of detailed curves, even though the silhouette is wedge-shaped.
Right.
So having done a year's worth of research, we've pretty much got documentation. This is the first full-size wedge car. Probably 2 to 3 years ahead of the Italians. And most people know about the Lamborghini Countach, it's kind of general shape. But this, from a design anchor point of view, is the first one. And that's one of the reasons it's important. It's a very unusual car, but very complex designs and curves to go with that silhouette.
Yeah, I'm curious. We're up on the dash there where it's being cleaned. Is that the air cleaner?
Yes.
Wow.
So I want to speak to that. When we got the car, the actual carburetor air cleaner was here where the mirror is. And I've been in 2 carburetor fires, and I said, you know, I want to move the engine forward, and also by moving the engine forward, it gave me more clearance to get my legs.
6'3".
I got more clearance to get my legs down in the tunnel there. But Ray, when we asked him about the placement of the carburetor, he said it was an idiosyncratic design element. We did pay a tribute to him where the carburetor air cleaner currently is.
All right, let me get a shot of this because folks haven't seen the actual full-on car yet.
I'm starting.
There we go.
Okay, my man, I'll stop by later on. I'll stop by later.
Oh, sorry.
It's still steaming right back up.
Steaming right back up with the sun.
Back up.
The humidity and the sun of Florida, right? So how does it drive?
No, it drives much better. It drives like a 60s car.
Yeah.
The basic car was a 1958 Chevrolet Impala station wagon.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it has its original 283 configuration and a 3-speed automatic.
Okay.
It drives fine, and we've had to do a little tweaking, and we will make some corrections because we only finished it a few days ago.
Sure.
But not too bad.
Well, thanks so much for your time, Guy.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.